was a new invention, the electric guitar.
Because the sounds were truly amplifiers, the strings could be much thinner. This actually inspired great musical artists like Chuck Berry. His fingers moved so fast that people were amazed.
The electric guitar was a creation by a man named Les Paul. Sound familiar? You've probably heard the name before, but you're not quite sure why you know it. Here's a short clip of him playing his guitar.
Yes, it was. In 1952, a guitar manufacturing Gibson introduced the first oak, Les Paul Gold Top. It was the first electric guitar to be commercially produced, and it was an instant hit.
As a matter of fact,
That's right. He helped pave the way for lane tracks, or what's called multi-track recording. That's the Santa Way ritual music recorded today.
There are many qualities to admire in an example like Les Paul, so we got to thinking, what are the characteristics that made him a great innovator and inventor?
He was persistent. He kept working at the problem until he figured it out. He didn't get frustrated or quit when things didn't go the way he thought they should.
He was brave. He kept learning new ideas and inventions, even when people didn't think his idea was fine. He was creative. He was able to see value and purpose in items that most other people would think of as junk. And he loved to repurpose items that weren't being used anymore.
Just be sure to ask permission before you take apart your dad's radio.
And he had a great sense of humor. He liked making funny names for all of his inventions. And he's called famous guitar conqueror. He had confidence. He had faith in himself and his ideas. And he had passion. He loved making music and inventing musical instruments and machines. He loved it so much that work felt like pure fun.
I'm sure Les Paul's parents were very proud of his accomplishments.
After all, every rock band today has an electric guitar, or two, or three in it.
Speaking of rock, we studied a different kind of rock in science this year.
We learned all about